am so glad to be here, and I might get into a bit of a rant. So, on some random clip, I heard J-Lo say in answer to an interviewer, "When I get divorced, my husbands are dead to me." I had some complex reactions to that, but the one I want to talk to you about is, what is that we all understand, not having a husband or a person you love be dead to you? That's not the part I'm interested in today. The part I'm interested in is we know what it means. And I wrote a few notes about what it means when we hear that. That phrase means death is final. They're dead to me. It's final, right? It's bad. It's not good. Like death. They're dead to me. Like, that's not good. And is it something you want to be to someone dead to them? No, you want to avoid it. Dead to me. And it's kind of landed on me that, at least for a while, I'm still given as my mission to talk about death, because grief is still being done so incorrectly. And I say incorrectly because we are suffering, not only because we lost, quote unquote, a person, but because of the stages of grief. And it's become a teaching. Kubler-Ross wrote it about what people do anecdotally, scientifically, to record what happens most frequently inside people when someone dies. And she calls the stages denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. But this word stages has caught on, and people believe they're going to get to acceptance. I cannot tell you how many revered scholars, revered therapists, revered thought leaders are still saying, yes, you'll always feel that. I'm not saying go numb. I'm not saying don't feel. Feel whatever you feel. Feelings are temporary. And I'm going to be doing some more work to share with you some material I'm learning, how to use the body to complete emotions. But right now, we know that the thought or feeling you had at 10 a.m. is probably different than the feeling that you have now, because you probably can't remember what you felt at 10 a.m. or what you thought, because thoughts and feelings come and go all day long. But when we have a big one, then we create a story around it. It was the best, or it was the worst, or I missed this person because of this, or it shouldn't have happened, or what should I have done? How could I have prevented it? Basically, when it becomes a stage and becomes a loop, we're in a fight with what is. It's not a stage when you allow what is to have happened. It just is. There's nothing more to say in the fight sense. There's not the tug of war rope. Your starting base is what is. I started to say there's so many people that I honor and are leaders and great therapists and great scholars, including David Kessler, who wrote the book as a junior therapist with Kubler-Ross. He's still teaching that these stages will come upon you. If you have a stage, you're going to expect it to return, and it's a boundary in which it circulates and recirculates. And it's a misnomer, and it keeps people suffering. But what's the alternative? We haven't been taught that. I know I've mentioned before my experience with Melissa, and there are people who now feel, well, good for you. And I don't really know how to tell you how to get there, except to allow your feelings. But I am and be curious and expect them to move, which is the nature of feelings and thoughts. They are temporary energetic movements. But that doesn't do it as a prototype, because we've been taught that, places like Italy, in a small town, you're taught to wear black the rest of your life to show the love for your person. These teachings are invasive, and I'm excited to tell you that I have a new person to be the spokesperson for a freedom, a joy that is possible, a joy in the humanness of feeling. And that's Anderson Cooper. For 40 years, he resisted grieving, which meant he intellectualized. If Kubler-Ross could have thought of it, she would have put that as another stage of grief, in the sense of putting it off. It's kind of like denial. It's kind of like, bargaining. In a way, it's bargaining. In a way, it's depression, because I can't deal, so I'm going to intellectualize. Anyway, he intellectualized, and his strategy was to not feel for 40 years. And he says that as a result, he minimized his joy. He couldn't feel other nuances of feelings. And here's the thing, our humanness is like our funnel, our beingness, our bodies, mind, feelings are like a funnel. And if you close off the funnel, all the feelings get cut off. Does that make sense? So he's doing a beautiful job with a podcast called All There Is. And he has learned that he is so much more connected to people and connected to life by feeling first the pain of the loss, not just his father, but then the suicide of his brother, and then the death of his mother. And he says that he feels closer to his dad than when he was alive. And I can say for sure I am closer to Melissa, because nothing like the body, nothing like judgments, nothing like moods or personalities or thoughts or the inconveniences of life get in the way. It's pure, but it needs to be essence to essence. What do I mean? Let's just have a moment. Think of yourself. What do you think of? I'm this height. I have this personality. I look this way. But let's go deeper. Oh, the roles. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm a breadwinner. Oh, I'm African American. Oh, I'm African. Oh, I'm Caucasian. Oh, I'm a Catholic. Deeper. Oh, I'm a nervous person. Oh, I'm an anxious. Oh, no. Deeper than your personality, even deeper than your biochemistry. Now what am I? Now it gets a little more quiet. These are all things you're identified with. They're all true on one sphere, but there's another truth to your being, that it's not your body, that's not your personality, your religion, the color of your skin, not even your community, not even your ancestry that affect your genes, because you're something more. Your aliveness is something we can't even find words for. And that's what I'm calling your essence or your soul. And so if we weren't taught that when you're dead, you're gone, you're done, you're cut off, you're no longer existing. We don't know that. We only know the body's gone. We only know that we're trained not to connect. We're trained not to believe. And we know that whatever the training is and whatever we believe is what we see, right? It's what we experience. If you go out on a walk and someone says, try and remember all the red foliage in your walk, you'll probably see all the red foliage. Not much will escape you, but what will escape you is the orange and yellow, because you're focused on the red. So it's not, it is in a way about what's correct and what's incorrect, because we do carry on with things that are incorrect, such as we keep saying the sun rises and the sun sets, and we adore it and we go out and see it, and it's really not rising and falling. And the world thought that the earth was flat, and it was believed until we stopped believing it. And so we need you to come on board and start challenging what's true. There is the world of 3D emotions, and 3D meaning what we experience in this dual world of right and wrong, up and down, good and bad, life and death. It's a dual world. But maybe there's a world, a territory, a quantum field that's beyond that. And many mystics, many spiritual paths have led us to that. And many of us are seeking something beyond a temporary fix of a feeling. So I invite you to question what's possible, to question that you might have a connection. I'm reading a book now where someone found what she calls her goddess strength. And at first, she had to get through the barrier that she was the embodiment of God. That's why she called herself a goddess. But she felt she had to go through mediums or spiritual leaders or someone else to hear the truth. And if we are part of life, maybe there's more to us than what we believe is our limited self. So thank you for going on this journey with me. And if you're willing to be connected to your essence and to those that have gone before us and those that will come after us, right connected to me in the return of the email or share it on YouTube, just the word connected. Bye for